Hi, I'm back again to talk about some of the new titles we've added recently. Our hours are back to normal Monday through Friday, and we are open on Saturdays now, but we still aren't quite ready to be open for browsing. So we're going to continue showing some of the new titles we've received since reopening that you may not know about. First, I would like to mention that we do send out monthly newsletters to your email covering different topics. You can sign up to receive as many of these as you'd like. The link is written above, and you can also find the link on our library homepage at bellwoodlibrary.org through the second blue button that says Sign Up for Library Newsletters. So all you have to do once you click on that button or go to this link, you can just check off any of these that you'd like. If you'd like to view the most recent issue, you can click on that link and the issue will open for you. There are also some programming options if you're interested in joining any of those groups. Starting off with some physical items that we've received, I'd like to talk about some of the newly added TV shows and movies. We've added the 6th and final season of Power, which was a show on Starz about James Ghost St. Patrick, who was leading a double life as a successful businessman and then behind the scenes running a drug empire to the rich and successful. It was one of Starz' highest rated shows and was widely popular. There have even been spin-offs, with the first premiering this year called Power Book 2 Ghost, which followed his son Tariq, and Power Book 3 to follow in 2021. The next two titles here are the most recent seasons from Chicago Fire and Chicago Med. We have been buying the seasons for these shows and Chicago PD for a few years now, and they are probably our most popular TV shows when it comes to circulating. If you enjoy procedural shows of any variety, one of these will be sure to keep you entertained. We do have the most recent season of Chicago PD on order. We just haven't received the box set yet. Finally, for TV shows, we've got the second season of The Chi. The Chi is a Showtime show set in the south side of Chicago. It was created by Emmy winner Lena Waithe, who used her own experiences growing up in the city for inspiration as for the show, its characters, and the story. It's meant to be a somewhat realistic glimpse into what it's actually like in the aftermath of an incident. For some new movie titles, there's Richard Jewell, which is a new Clint Eastwood film for anyone that's a fan of his movies. It's a compelling story with a great performance from its star, Paul Walter Hauser, who plays Richard Jewell. It's the story of the aftermath of the bombing attempt during the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. Richard Jewell was a security guard, and he is the one who stopped the attempt, but he was later implicated as a possible suspect, and his life was changed forever. This is that story of what it was like for him in the aftermath and what that experience was like. Queen and Slim stars Jodie Turner-Smith and Daniel Kaluuya. Their characters go on a first date, and things take a turn for the worse when they are pulled over by a police officer. The situation escalates, causing Queen and Slim to go on the run and protect each other. The two stars share an effortless chemistry that captivates and grips you into their story. Like a Boss is a new comedy with Tiffany Haddish, Rose Byrne, Salma Hayek, and Lisa Kudrow. Haddish and Byrne are best friends that start their own beauty company together, but both have very different ideas about how to run the business and make money. It's a charismatic and lighthearted film about friendship and working together. Tiffany Haddish and Rose Byrne are especially a funny duo together. And 21 Bridges, starring Chadwick Boseman in one of his final roles. He plays an NYPD detective whose father was murdered on duty. This has affected Boseman's character more than even he realizes, as he gains a reputation for pursuing so-called cop killers. He's brought on a case where two small-time thieves accidentally stumble upon a cache of cocaine and the police. An officer dies, and the manhunt ensues. Boseman has to come to terms with the police force he thought he knew and figure out who he can really trust in this action-packed thrill ride. And of course, we've got new books at the library. Starting off with some picture books. This is a great new picture book that's part of the Sophia series by Jim Averbeck. This is Love by Sophia. Sophia's teacher assigns an art project which Sophia can't wait to get started on. After she finishes her work, Sophia feels like something is still missing. Her teacher agrees and takes the opportunity to teach Sophia about using perspective in your art. A simple assignment becomes a great teaching moment for Sophia to improve her art. There's a brief art lesson for readers with helpful vocabulary included. There's a picture I've included too of what the illustrations look like and the text on the page. Let me go back real quick. And another new picture book. This is Robo Baby by Dave Weisner. It's a family of robots, and they're excited for the arrival of their new baby. The robot family struggles in their attempts to assemble the baby after it arrives in a box, because obviously the robot needs assembly. The new Robo-Baby keeps falling apart and causing chaos until its big sister steps in to save the day and her new baby brother. With a surprise ending, the sweet story is sure to entertain and delight. Now for some of our adult titles, T.D. Jakes has a new book out called When Women Pray. Jakes is a bishop and popular inspirational author whose work helps many on their path. When Women Pray is about 10 different women from the Bible who used prayer to empower and motivate themselves and the people around them. Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam has recently been picked up for a Netflix adaptation that will star Denzel Washington and Julia Roberts. Story is about a couple who rents a home in a secluded area of Long Island for a vacation away from their busy lives in New York City. Everything is going well when the homeowners return suddenly with news of a blackout that has spread throughout the city. The homeowners just want their house back, and the vacationing family has nowhere else to go with no power or service. It's a compelling and sensible and suspenseful novel with an all-too-plausible apocalyptic twist. If you're looking for a new creative outlet, have you thought about trying Alcohol Ink? This step-by-step guide on technique for your ink-based fluid art is just what you need to get started. Create bold and colorful abstract art with ease. This guide includes ideas you can use in gift-making or other DIY projects. Maybe you'll get inspired to make someone's holiday gift with this book. And Down Along with That Devil's Bones by Connor Town O'Neill. O'Neill is a journalist who's taken a deep dive into American history, specifically surrounding the monuments that have been erected in our country and what they signify, and the kind of message that they send. We've seen in the past few months a lot of discussion and some much-needed changes on the monuments that exist today, what they mean, and what we can do going forward. O'Neill is white, and he moved to Alabama some years ago. He always felt disconnected from the Confederate South as he didn't grow up there until one day he witnessed a group of people protecting a statue of the first Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. This moment startles him, and he starts on a journey of finding other monuments that are being protected for similar reasons. He talks with men and women from all over, those who protect the monuments and those who believe the monuments are a poisonous reminder. This is a deeply researched work that highlights the ways these monuments connect to the resurgence of white supremacy and what changes we can make in who we choose to honor. I'd like to take some time at the end here to talk about our streaming options now. Using your Bellwood library card with Canopy or Hoopla Digital will allow you to digitally check out movies to stream directly to your phone, tablet, computer, or certain smart TV options like Chromecast or a Roku device. Canopy has recently added collections from both the History Channel and A&E. Now you can stream titles like the recent 2016 adaptation of Roots or documentaries like The Road to 9/11 and the warning signs that existed before the attack. A&E offers some of their series like Born This Way, which is a series following young people with Down syndrome as they pursue their dreams and go against society's expectations for what they should do. And Cold Case Files, which is the 2017 revival narrated by Danny Glover. Cold Case Files uses real stories of crimes that have never been solved. Halloween is getting closer, and if you're in the mood for a scare, why not watch an old favorite or maybe a classic you've never seen? The Witch and Hereditary are two recent thrills that you can try out or there's always the original Suspiria, or even House on Haunted Hill. If you've got little ones at home, Canopy Kids has a lot of fun and educational programming to choose from. PBS Kids has a vast collection of their shows available, from current shows and even some older titles, from Wildcats and Psy Girls to the always popular Arthur and even the early 2000s animal shows of Boomafoo. Still looking for something? Why not jump over to Hoopla Digital to see what movies they have? There are some thrills to see with Dark Places, which is a psychological suspense starring Charlize Theron. It's based on a novel that was written by the same author of the Gone Girl book, and also inspired by that movie as well. So if you're familiar with that title, it's along the same lines. The original Halloween, as well as some of the sequels for Halloween, are also ready to borrow through Hoopla. You can do older titles like even Children of the Corn or Queen of the Dam. If you're looking for a light scare but lots of laughs, Hoopla does have the whole Sharknado collection. And for a switch in some other movies that aren't on the horror side, Good Trouble is a great recent documentary honoring Congressman John Lewis and his legacy. For fans of anime, the Ruby collection is available. If you're looking for something local, dive into the mysteries of the Great Lakes. Take a journey through the greatest lake system in the world. Of course, Hoopla also has options for the kids out there needing some entertainment. There's Igor, the story of an assistant to an evil scientist that wants nothing more than to be a great scientist himself one day. Or the classic animated film All Dogs Go to Heaven. Hoopla also has great read-along options where you can watch an animated story while the text will show on screen for you to practice reading aloud. Try some seasonal stories like The Halloween Tree by Susan Montanari and Teresa Martinez, about a tree that doesn't want to become a Christmas tree and wants instead to be a Halloween tree. Or Gustavo the Shy Ghost by Flavia Drago. Gustavo likes playing his violin and walking through walls, but he has trouble getting in line or making friends with other monsters. Dia de los Muertos is approaching, and he wants nothing more than to be noticed and share what he loves. Thank you for watching along this week. If you have any titles that you're loving or interested in, please reach out to us and we can help you get a copy. See you next week.